In my cooking journey, one of the first videos, not the first, but one of them, the ones that I was thinking about learning and how to learn, was to create this pyramid. I'll put the link to the video, where I, based on how restaurants organize themselves, I organized myself to learn to cook. And I've followed this, and now that I'm implementing my food process or food system, I was confronted with this because all that was below was already made. I just had to concentrate on the ingredients to prepare them to start cooking and cook them. So I believe the next step is to cook food. I can go on a rabbit hole, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I don't know and I would find if I did, but I won't because I will lose too much time, get distracted, and I need to get this out of the way. I need to get the system implemented, and I need to get things. And to implement the system, I need to document the implementation, and to document the implementation, I need this sorted out so I can then move on to other things of my life that need to improve, and I can leave this cooking or feeding myself thing self on automatic. The system will be almost. I obviously need to cook, but I can't explain it yet. You will be understanding as I go through, and I eventually will be able to summarize it one day. But it's supposed to be a self-feeding system. It's supposed to be automatic, sort of. It takes the thinking process out of the equation. That's what I mean. So I need to start this new pyramid. I mean, I know what I want is a meal. I know a meal is constituted by proteins, carbs, veggies, and fat, hopefully in a delicious way. What else do I know? What else do I know? I know that in order to make it delicious, it needs to be flavored. And that flavor comes either from spices or sauces or spices, sauces. What else? It's spices and sauces. Is there anything else that flavors food? Spices, herbs, which are spices are dried herbs, I think. Well, I'll put here an interrogation mark because I don't know. Maybe there is, and I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I only know what I know, and I don't know much. The technique also influences the flavor, but I'm going to separate it. I don't know if the technique shouldn't come before, or the flavor shouldn't come before, but the technique, how to cook, how long, why in the stove or oven, why in a pan or pot, why in a non-stick or stick, why, it's the why, why in a wide pan or a narrow pan. What is the goal beyond cooking because I don't know how to write beyond, but hey, beyond cooking. Um, this is the this is the new pyramid to tackle, which is funny because I've been getting my meals, and I've been using the existence of this previous steps without realizing. Because when I follow a recipe, this is already this is embedded in the recipe. There are very few, thank God there is at least one, content creators that explain why this and not that, why these seasonings and not those, why this way and not the other. And it's a joy to watch. But most, they just, you do it this way and that way and it will lead to this. And it's good enough. It's good enough to follow a recipe and to repeat that recipe. It's good enough. But to create a self-feeding system is not, because I don't wanna I don't wanna go back and watch each recipe whenever I have to cook. I don't want to go back and re-watch every video. I don't want to go back and research every site or blog or whatever it is I found the recipe in. That is 80% of the energy drain that made me yuck cooking. So the the technique and the flavor, do you know which one comes first? But well, no, this is what I'm going to use. Doesn't matter. They are both there. I believe actually they I don't know. I'm going to use this pyramid. Why? What's with me in pyramids? Whoa, why do I put things this way? Because it gives me a visual on what I should double down on and what is not that much important. Obviously, a meal is the final result. Obviously, I want the meal to be good, but I can get a meal without having to cook, and that's the thing I've recently found out. Having a meal that I cook means getting what's behind right before assembling the meal. So it's counterproductive. It's like, this is what I want, but this is not as important as the rest. All this is what creates this. And but I could get this without this. If I eat out, if I order food, if I go pick something to eat, take away, I can get my meals.